So we've looked at the words and sentences in this poem. Now we can move on. We have the words and the sentences now, so we can start thinking about the effect of the poem. For me, this is what I really want to translate in poetry. Words and sentences, or words and lines, are like my ingredients, but I'm always trying to make something bigger with them. So let's take another look at all of it. Here we have all our words from the poem Mich, and some of the sentences or some of the ideas that we talked about before. Now, when I look at these words and sentences, I'm beginning to get an idea of what kind of poem this is and what effect it has. I hope you do too. And your idea can be different than mine. That's okay. You'll be working on your own translation, and everyone works differently. So my words and my sentences or ideas are here, and they're beginning to give me a thought or a couple of ideas about the effect this poem has. Here's one of the first decisions I'll be making, and if you translate a poem yourself, you'll be making it too. I'm about to decide what kind of effect do I want my translation to make. I know about the words and sentences, so now I can decide on what I want my readers to think and feel. It is your decision as translators, and you will always be creating an effect, whether you want to or not. So we might as well plan for what we want to do with our new poem. So here's the kind of poem I want. I think I want a poem about teddy bears in bedrooms that is funny, cozy, and pretends to be serious. You'll see it's using some of the words from the glossary, and it uses the sentences to show me what effect I want to have. In fact, if my new poem was a teddy bear, this is the one I would go for. So now I've made my first decision. I know what kind of effect I want to make in my translation. Now that I know about my effect, I can think about another decision. This one is about the form of my translation. So what form do I want for my words and sentences? I'm making a translation of a poem, but I don't have to make it look exactly like the original. I can choose. Here are some things I can start thinking about. Do I want my new poem to rhyme? Do I want my poem to have lines? Or do I want the poem to have the same format as the original poem? In the original poem, here is what I see when I think about form. I can see that a poem has several lines. I can see that the lines are also put together in groups called stanzas. And I can also see or hear that the lines rhyme. Finally, I can see or hear that the lines are not all the same. Some are longer and some are shorter. So that's what the original has. Now I can start thinking about what I want in my translation. Please remember, it's your translation and your decisions. I'm going to talk about what I choose and why. When you translate, you make your own choice, and you will know why you made it. So for me, I like rhymes, and I think you can do fun things with them, so I'll try to have them. So it's a yes to the question, do I want it to rhyme? I think I'll go for lines too, because I think this makes the poem look more serious, which is one of the things I want in my final effect. So a yes to lines as well. I'm not sure about the format yet at this moment, because Polish and English are different. So I decide not to worry about the effect of the format yet. So these are my decisions and reasons about form and previously about effect. I think I'm ready to start translating now. I'm going to see you in part 4.